Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. I'm just checking in briefly. I had a very challenging day, and that's putting it mildly. I'm not going to go into those details, but just know that it was a struggle, and it's like a more difficult day for many reasons. But anyway, prayers welcome, if you can accept it at that. But I wanted to check in, of course, with my Jules Blessed Vegan community because I love you guys. And I wanted to just share a really important quote, which I had posted on my Facebook page. And I want to share it's by Charles Caleb Colton. And it's a little bit of Old English. Don't panic over the vocabulary. We will get through this. So it starts by saying, to be obliged to beg our daily happiness. So obliged is obligated, right? So to feel obligated to act in this way all the time. So to be obliged to beg our daily happiness from others. So it's not innate. It's not a joy you find within yourself just by virtue of existing, but it's something that you always are looking outward to be affirmed. So to be obliged to beg our daily happiness from others bespeaks a more lamentable poverty. So speaks of, and to lament is to mourn, right? So it speaks or bespeaks a more lamentable poverty, so in comparison to, than that of him who begs his daily bread. And they mean a poverty of the soul, right? That you're poor within your soul because you cannot find internal comfort. You cannot be satiated in your own presence. You're always looking outward for that affirmation. Somebody who's begging their daily bread is literally just physical nourishment that's required to exist on the planet. But to be seeking affirmation outward, to even be happy, people who are always trying to find happiness outside of themselves, it's a poverty. It's literally impoverishment of the soul. It's something that can't be filled. I mean, at least once you get your piece of bread, your stomach is satiated for the moment, you can get on with your day. But when you are always seeking outside affirmations and you cannot fulfill the satiation of a soul that's wanting to be affirmed by others, that is lamentable. That is depressing, and that is severe poverty within your soul. So let's go back through it. To be obliged to beg our daily happiness from others bespeaks a more lamentable poverty than that of him who begs his daily bread. That person is begging their daily bread for sheer survival and for so many reasons, but maybe in all other ways they're content in their life. A person who has everything, and in our society, certainly in America, even those who are considered poor have more than those in truly poor third world countries. And yet, even though our basic needs are met that all humans desire, shelter, food, clothing, water, your basics are met, but you are thirsting and begging for happiness outside of yourself, a void that cannot be filled by anything but the grace of God, by anything but self-acceptance, by anything but a knowing that just by virtue of being created, you are enough. It is so important that we try and find happiness within. You know, I mean, they say there's no greater happiness than to be content with what you already have instead of always seeking for more. So those who feel obligated to beg for their daily happiness from others is more tragic, more lamentable, more depressive, more tragic is the word. Tragic just comes to mind for me. It is a worse poverty than a man who's begging for his daily bread. Charles Caleb Colton. I so get that. All right, well, peace all around. And I'm going to be praying for those who only feel like they can be affirmed by outsiders. I've been there. That was certainly my truth for years in my youth, where I just was so uncertain of what was true for so many reasons, from the messages that were given to me, that I was always looking around to be affirmed, always looking around to try and understand what was real and what wasn't outside of myself. Praise God, I go to myself first for truth. God, of course, but the God in me, truth first before I seek others. It's worth pondering. It is worth pondering. I'm using it as the icon for this video. To be obliged to beg our daily happiness from others bespeaks a more lamentable poverty than that of him who begs his daily bread. Charles Caleb Colton. All right, what do you think? Like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Give me some thoughts in those comments, because that is a really powerful one. Can you relate? The insatiable thirst of wanting to be affirmed outside of yourself, which cannot be settled or quieted except from within and the grace of God within. It's a tough one. It really is. All right, my friends, until we talk again, know that I need prayer. I am really struggling with a couple of different things, and I just need some prayer. And best of all, know that I pray for you and trust that you're blessed.